Hi, I'm Rob, and in my video today I'm going to share some information I found on the prison system that supports why it's not effective. And we've all seen and heard of people going to jail and doing their time and getting out, but soon after their release they'll have done wrong again, and sometimes on purpose, just to go back to prison. You see, the United States has 5% of the world's population, but we have 25% of the world's prisons. In 2007, over 7.3 million people were on probation, in jail, prison, or on parole. By the year's end, 3.2 of the U.S. population was in prison, or on parole, or on probation. That's 1 in every 31 adults. That was said by the Bureau of Justice Statistics. That's a staggering number, and it gives the obvious impression that prison's not as bad as it should be, especially if you can live a better life in prison than you can in society. The United States currently incarcerates 750 inmates to every 100,000 people, while the world average is only 166 inmates to every 100,000 people. That was said by Senator Jim Webb. You may have also heard the stories of the homeless and less fortunate going in and robbing stores, committing other serious acts just to go to prison. Well, why would they do that? Well, in prison you get 3 hot meals a day, a roof over your head, a bed to sleep in, you're in the air conditioning, and you even get clean clothes to wear. And you don't have to pay anything for it if you don't have to. Prisons in America cost our taxpayers about $32 billion a year. For every year an individual inmate is in prison, it costs the taxpayers $22,000. Now, for every 5-year sentence served by an individual inmate, it costs $100,000 from taxpayers' money. So to punish someone for stealing $300 worth of stuff, it's going to cost the taxpayers $100,000. That doesn't sound very cost effective. That was said by Manny Fortunez. So for a life term, on average, it costs taxpayers $1.5 million. That's for somebody with a life sentence. We spent more money on prisons than we do on our education. Manny Fortunez also said that one. He also went on to say that over the last 20 years we've increased spending on prisons by 570%, while we've only increased our spending on schools by 33%. That's over 20 years. So why do we invest all this money and time and resources into the criminals and inmates, a lot of whom are repeat offenders? While incarcerated, they serve no gain for society. Although I do understand the classes that they are given that try to better them, and so they do not repeat offend. This is a rehabilitation class, and that's a separate thing from prison. Prison should not be an alternative life to live. It should be a horrible place that nobody wants to go to. You shouldn't even want to have to visit people there. However, in America, at least it's a place to get 3 hot meals a day, a shower once a day, some place to sleep at night, and a free gym membership even. This is why our prison is ineffective. We put too much money into it, and we just spend money comforting inmates. It should be a place for punishment and thought, but it's changed into a place of gang violence, drugs, freeloading of the system. We waste so much time making prisoners feel prisons full of inmates happy, rather than putting the money where it'll do the best and help the most people, our public schools. If we put this money saved from the prisons into something like schools to help keep kids in school instead of on the streets, eventually we'd have less people in prison. Thanks for listening. That's about it. Have a good day.